It's amazing. Oh my god, this is
What is
so
this new?
amazing.
What is this newfound technology?
I know, dude. It's just, I'm like, oh my god, just this whole Instagram thing has been a thing. But anyway, hello, I'm Jen from the Lone Chipmunks. This is Nat, who's amazing. We want to come on here and talk about Daredevil Born Again season 2, episodes 1 through 3. We were quite exhausted. I was in Washington a couple weeks ago. Nat was doing WonderCon, so we were like, yeah, let's go. And then it was like, no, let's
I'm
not go.
tired.
We're exhausted. So, but we're here now. So, I was originally like, let's do Tuesday. And that's like, that's when the episode comes out. I'm like, right.
Right.
I'm not as good of a fan.
No,
So,
you're fine. You are
so,
fine. I was like, we can, but the episode literally comes out that
yeah,
day.
yeah, right,
So
right. So anyway, yeah, so let's just talk about Daredevil. This is, I'm pretty rusty because I haven't been able to do something like this in a while. I did something with Unknown Frequency. We had a bunch of problems, like technical problems. He graciously like was able to host it, and then
nice.
I uploaded the video, but you know, um, it's just it's one thing after another. So let's just go ahead and talk about Daredevil.
Sounds good.
Uh, I have been very excited for this season because I feel like that it is not a Dr. Frankenstein concoction. I feel
Yes.
like the directors, who I'm always teasing that she's besties with, uh, they follow her.
They
They
do
follow her on
follow.
Instagram. um, I'm very relieved that from the get go they could build it from the ground up. So they have control over like where the story is gonna go. It's not like somebody crumpled up a piece of paper and like, here, fix it, and then they were like, all right, we
Okay.
fixed it.
I'm gonna
Um,
readjust myself slightly. There we go. That's a
all
little bit
good,
better. There we go.
all good, nice. So yeah, I have so it's interesting because like I've heard some critiques about this season already, and like some and people are like, it's kind of weird. Like I shouldn't say a lot of people, but it's like this one channel I watched, they were like, "Well, there's a lot going on," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, there's a lot going
Yeah.
on, man." You know, like
Yeah. And I think it's because they have so much they're excited to tell and get out there because it's kind of theirs now. Like it's
Mhm,
finally theirs to, I don't know, to their story to tell.
yeah.
So yeah. Yeah.
Oh, cool. People are saying hi. Yay, people are watching.
Hello.
Thank you guys.
Hello. Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, we just started, so you guys haven't missed too much. We're talking about how it's a little bit more of a cohesive vision because they were like, here to the creators, and the creators are like, we're gonna go make a cohesive season.
Yeah.
Um, there, uh, a lot to set up, and then I mean the last season, the first season kind of ended like that. That's a pretty big like mic drop, like that's a pretty
Yeah.
big deal, right? Like it's like, okay, well, Kingpin's like, hey, martial law, and I was like, oh, that's not good. you know?
Yeah. 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 This episode, I'm gonna get my little baby critiques out of the way because I mostly have really good things to say.
Uh-huh.
So, I guess for anyone who is just joining in, we are talking Daredevil spoilers for
Yeah.
season two,
So
episodes
yeah.
1 through 3, which is everything that's come out so far. So, if you haven't seen it and you don't want spoilers, leave.
Yeah.
Because we're going to
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about spoilers, and then you can come back later. But yeah. So, episode 1, I think I have this thing with Daredevil because I love it so much that I get so excited to watch it that I like can't pay attention sometimes. So
Yeah.
I had to like sort of digest it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um I think the only really critique that I have for the first one is I was just like, what's going on? I was like because it was like this fight scene right off the bat, and I was like, what is the mood? Where are we going? Because
Yeah.
we left off at this kind of group setting in season 1 where they're like, oh, like we have to form a team and we got to get out there, and then we didn't really know where it was gonna like pick back up.
Mm.
um And so I think just in that first episode, I was trying to figure out where we were picking that back up.
Yeah.
And it felt like it went a little bit fast, but honestly, the fight sequence was still great and beautiful. And even though it was on a boat, there was still a hallway. I got very
Yeah, there
excited.
was.
He like there's one point where Daredevil like turns around this corner and it's like cargo and stuff on the ship, and I was like, it's a boat hallway.
It is.
I was very excited about that. I loved getting a hallway right off the bat.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
very good. But I guess that's like my only real critique was I was trying to see like where our footing was for this first
yeah.
episode.
Hmm.
But honestly, I feel like by the end of that episode, they really stuck the landing and they've set up a lot of good stuff um for the rest of the season just to see
Yeah.
how it all plays out.
Right. Right. Yeah. Um, I can agree with you on that because when they're like, "We're on a boat," like it's like, "Oh, okay," and then
What am I gonna do in a submarine?
yeah, and and it's one of those things that they really established right off the bat. This isn't a critique. This is just that when Daredevil's fighting these guys, man, he loves that like get your arm and crack it open. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
like he really likes that move. Um,
he
and
does.
and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is a lot. This is a lot more brutal. I think it was kind of a little bit of a wink, like to like people being like, "Oh, you don't think it's gonna be as brutal as Netflix, like when it was on Netflix, because we're on Disney Plus? No, it's gonna be brutal." And I was like, "Yep,
Yeah.
it's definitely kind of rough." So,
Yeah.
and it was like interesting, right? Because like he takes the watch from that one guy and sticks it in the cargo box, and I was like, where the hell is that gonna go? And then it's so funny because uh it's terrible and I shouldn't think that of myself, but I guess it's like years and years of like having low self-esteem of myself that I'm like, am I just stupid and I can't figure out like why he
No.
put the watch in the box? I was like, I
No.
don't understand. But it did pay off later. I think it
Yeah.
paid off in the third episode.
Yeah.
Because then it's like he it's like kind of like a tracker in a way that like
Yeah.
Daredevil, of course, he can hear this stuff, so that he's like, oh, I hear the ticking. That's the box. That's the bad box. So,
Yeah.
all this stuff goes down on this like boat, and then it's like he like he capsizes, sinks the boat. Everybody's
Mhm.
like, oh man, Daredevil is here. Oh, that's Chet. Hi, PJ.
Hi, PJ.
Yeah, do you want to come and talk about Daredevil? No? Okay. Um, you guys will probably hear the cat intermittently. So yeah, so it kind of it starts off with a bang, but it starts off with a very like I don't know what's going on, and then before you know it, like Daredevil and Karen are macking out with each other. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of saw it coming that way, but it was still like I was like, oh, okay. Like
Yeah. I I like Matt and Karen together,
me too.
personally,
Yeah.
and I there's I'm not sure if you know this or not, but Daredevil Born Again, they are doing a podcast this
Uh-huh.
season.
Yeah,
So
I
like
saw that. No, I've been keeping up with that too. I get so
yeah.
excited.
And Charlie Cox said something in one of the episodes about how he thinks that Matt and Karen are like Spider-Man and MJ, or like Peter Parker and MJ,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they kind of come back to each other. Um and people have all kinds of different opinions on that, but it does make sense to me because I feel like throughout the comics, especially, Karen is such an integral part of Matt's life. And
Hmm.
Karen dies in the comics, but he still is so connected with her and she's still so important to him throughout like this whole run
I
of
see, I
comics
see.
that keeps going.
Okay.
So I don't know, it does make sense. I think there is a little bit of like relief to see them together.
Yeah.
Um and fear for what could happen, which they better not. We're not even gonna think that way,
Yeah,
but
no, Nat is well aware of this, guys. But like, for those of you that haven't like heard me rant about that, I'm not into the idea of like it's just in both men and women, and especially women. It's like let's kill somebody, so then there's emotional impact. It's like no, you're just a bad writer.
yeah.
Like you're just a bad writer. You just can't create drama. So I mean, when stuff happens, it's like I mean. I was so upset last season when Foggy got killed, and I
Yeah.
was all like, I was ready to be like, no, I'm not watching the series because if that's what it's gonna take for this to like jumpstart the series, I'm not down for it. But it turned out that it was like, oh, that actually is like a very like pointed story choice, and okay, that makes sense, and
Yeah.
it does that thread does lead into Daredevil Born Again season 2. So
Yeah.
um Foggy is not he's gone but not forgotten. So um it's I don't know. I'm hoping that it's none of this. Like, I swear to God, I'm sure the pundits are gonna be like, "Well, Karen's probably gonna die," and I was like,
Yeah. Oh, of
like,
course.
no,
Of
no,
course.
no,
There's gonna be rumors about that no matter
yeah,
what. But
yeah,
we'll see.
yeah.
Uh yeah. So I don't know, like what did you like or not like or whatever about episode one? Just like jumping
I,
anywhere in it.
I mean, I just I just really liked the episode because it was very much like, okay, like this is like we have a we have a game plan. Because like I felt
Yeah.
like I mean, granted, with the internet and everything, and then I'm always watching these different like movie pundits and stuff like that. Like nothing's ever really a secret, so it's like I knew like how kind of garbled the first season was, but like this season I was just like, even like full knowing the background that it's like, okay, it's not going to be as garbled. I was like, okay, I feel like we're doing a very good job of like we're establishing the tone.
Yeah.
Okay, like it is continuing from the first season, but like here we go. Like here's this like crazy, like this crazy scene with the boat, right? A crazy fight scene, which is incredible. And you're like, I'm like, yeah, it's like a hallway of cargo boxes, and
Yeah.
it was spectacular, and that's the kind of stuff that it's like it's a little wink, like, hey, we know what you guys want, so here it is, right? And then,
Right.
I mean, and that was pretty spectacular with the boat capsizing, right? I was like, oh, Kingpin gonna be mad. And
Yeah.
so I felt like they established Daredevil really well as far as like even the opening sequence, and then him going to Karen afterwards, and then I felt that they established Kingpin even better because I mean now it's like and it I mean it makes more sense because we're in the second season about how like he's a very imposing figure, like even just the way that he's shot, right? Like I
Yeah.
felt like the first season, you're just like, well, yeah, he's like scary, but he's not like the guy I remember from the first like season of the Netflix show, which was funny
Yeah.
when like he smashed that guy's head with the car door because he interrupted he interrupted Fisk and Vanessa's date.
Yes, he embarrassed me in front of Vanessa.
And then I was like, oh well, I understand that. And the guy I was dating at the time was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? He smashed that guy's head open. I said, well, he
Repeatedly.
interrupted the date. Like, okay, somebody's asking. They said, I have a question. Okay, so shoot off your question. What's your question?
And
I
while the
see.
question is loading, I'm just gonna rattle off a couple of things that I got very excited about
Hmm.
from the first episode. First one, Matthew Lillard. Very excited that Matthew Lillard is with
Oh my
us for
god! Right?
Daredevil Born Again.
He
I
just
love
popped
Matthew
up
Lillard.
like an Easter egg. Like I love that. And Matthew Lillard, I mean, after that whole crap that Tarantino was like
Yeah,
so
screw
mean,
that.
it's
Yeah.
like, can you play a song? No.
Nope.
Because we don't want to get copyrighted here.
But yeah. And I guess Matthew Lillard is friends with I don't know how to say his last name. I feel so bad. Dario Skurd. He's the showrunner
Okay.
for
Yeah.
Daredevil Born Again, but they're friends, and so I think the story is that Dario wanted to like add a little role in Daredevil for Matthew
Mm.
Lillard, and I'm so here for it. And I also love how like Matthew Lillard's character is still kind of a mystery right now. Like we know he's
Yeah,
Mr.
he
Charles,
really
but like what
is.
does that mean?
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, he really is. Like, oh hey, Chris joined us.
Hi,
Hey Chris.
Chris.
Now you get to hear my voice. I'm the weirdo that's saying hi all the
Oh my
time on
god.
Instagram view. um, yeah, I'm so glad you brought up Matthew Lillard because I mean he's phenomenal. Like I mean
Yeah.
I mean I've seen him since I watched Scream in high school. That's how
Yeah.
long he's been around. So, and I loved it. How like it's just like he's like drinking that scotch or whatever at that bar, and then he turns and you can tell like there's the Capitol building. You can tell he's in DC.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, fine, I need the miles, and then he like he kills the burner phone, and then he goes to New York and
Yeah.
like, what's up? And then like and Fisk is like, you can't be like doing that. And like he's like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Yeah.
my people aren't happy. So this
I
is
l-
this is why I'm here.
I also love that this Matthew Lillard character is like the only one who is daring to kind of defy Fisk a little bit, but he's doing
Uh-huh.
it in kind of like a weaselly way, and he's
Yeah.
somehow getting away with it.
Mhm.
And like Vincent D'Onofrio talked about in the Daredevil Born Again podcast about how he was like actually almost getting annoyed with Matthew Lillard the person
Yeah, yeah,
because
that was
he
funny.
played it so well
Yeah,
in the
that's really
show.
funny. Yeah, no, he's a talented guy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
terrible because for those of you that don't know, like Quentin Tarantino made a comment like, "Well, Matthew Lillard's not a great actor," and I haven't met the guy, but I heard he's a really nice guy. He goes to cons all the time, and you know I think he had a panel after that, and he's like, yeah, like, I mean, I'm not one of those big names, so it's hard for me to get roles. So yeah, I
Yeah.
got sad when Tarantino said that about me, because it's gonna make it harder for me to get work in this industry. So when I saw him show up in Daredevil, I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
A win for the team.
exactly. So excited. So excited that he is here doing Daredevil stuff. Chris says Mr. Charles gives no Fs because I believe he's protected by Miss Day
Oh,
Fontaine,
that was
which
the
is
cool. Yeah, that was a cool
yeah,
tie-in, right? Like it's
yeah,
like when that name got said, I was like, how do I know that name? And then it took me a minute to click it into my brain, and I was like, oh my god, it's freaking yeah. Was it Elaine?
Elaine. Yeah.
It's
I
Elaine from
always like forget.
Seinfeld.
I always forget her name, and then I'm like, it's Elaine from Seinfeld.
Yeah, it's Elaine. It's okay. It's Elaine. It's like when Carl Weathers, rest in peace, like, he was a Mandalorian. I said, "Oh, it's Carl Weathers to the rescue."
It's
It's
Carl
not.
Weathers.
It's not his character name. It's like, oh, he's
It's
he's
Carl
larger.
Weathers.
Yeah, he's larger than life. So it's Carl Weathers. So,
Yeah,
so I thought that was a really cool, like, tie-in, like, and they said it so quickly that they're not dwelling on it being like, oh, wink. Like, it was really, really well done. So I was just like, oh,
yeah,
cool. Like, maybe that's gonna open up something else. But like, it doesn't
for
have
sure.
to. I mean, I've been like raving like a lunatic about Wonder Man, and that was the joy of Wonder Man, that it was very standalone. So I feel like
Yeah,
um I think with Daredevil Born Again, that they're doing a very good job of not necessarily isolating it, but making it like a standalone, in the sense that, like, you don't have to watch 10 million movies. You don't even have to really like watch the Netflix show, though I highly recommend that you do. I still need to watch season 3 of the Netflix show. I kind of fell off of it. Um but like when it was airing, but I need to go back and watch that. But I think they do a very good job of being like, okay, you're in this world of Born Again, and then you can just watch the show and you can
yeah,
understand what's going on.
yeah,
So
yeah. I yeah, I'm very excited. I think for where things are going with uh Daredevil Born Again. I know there's some people who are a little bit like unsure about things, but I don't know. I'm still optimistic. I'm not going to judge the whole series based off of one episode. I'm going to let the story all come together and we'll see what happens.
yeah,
I think another thing I'm really excited for oh gosh. I have like there was like besides Matthew Lillard, there was like 3 other things that I was very excited about. One of them is Heather Glenn. I am so intrigued of what they're trying
yeah.
to do with her character.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, right? Because like somebody
Yeah.
else made the comment of like how they feel like finally, oh, you're probably gonna get an appearance from the cat. Here he comes. Here he comes.
PJ.
It's PJ. Hi, PJ. PJ saying hi. Um, I think. Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay, okay. You're gonna be
He's
cat.
giving his thoughts about
Cat butt.
Heather Glenn.
Yeah, no, I mean the quote unquote side characters from Cat butt. There you go, beautiful.
That's how
The
he feels
side
about Heather.
the side characters from the first season, quote unquote side characters, are finally getting a spotlight, and they're getting fleshed out, which is very nice. Okay, come
Yeah.
here, come here, come here, come here.
Yeah, and I know in the comics, the Heather Glenn character is a character that appears pretty early on in Daredevil comics, but
Mhm.
she basically has like a meltdown, kind of loses her mind a little bit, and like ops herself. And so
Mhm.
when they have this scene of like just how much this thing with Muse affected her, like very much like in a PTSD way, but also there's just
Yeah.
something else happening there where
Mhm.
she's kind of like losing it. I'm like, "Oh my god, are we gonna what are we doing? Like what are we gonna do
Yeah.
with this?"
Yeah.
Especially since she's like working for Fisk and has the capability of just I don't know, like because she's like in the mental health department and like what she did with the swordsman where she's like changing the
Yeah.
answers for things.
Yeah. It's
Um
really sad, like it's like there's almost like some sort of like psychosis going on there, right? Like
yeah.
she's gonna have a psychotic episode. And I think that's I and I love Matt, but the problem is that Matt like kind of started brewing that a little bit because like,
Yeah.
when she killed Muse, he's just like, well, it's self-defense, but he's thinking Daredevil had like, yeah, that's what you do. Like like you don't try to kill people, but if they're trying to kill you, like you have to defend yourself. So he didn't really take the time to like talk to her and be like, hey, everything cool? I mean, there was a lot going on, so that's why he did it, but you're like,
Yeah.
oh, like I'm really glad that they are discussing like, yeah, like this dude in this really scary mask and this super crazy dude like tried to kill her. So like
Mhm.
clearly that's going to affect you emotionally. Like, like it's like you're seeing the slippery slope of her like trying to be like, hey, I'm serving my city as like the mental health like advocate, but then at the same time, like she's really sliding into this like psychotic state, right?
Yeah.
And she's not doing it for the sake of like being a doctor and like it's like trying to help others. It's like, well, these freaking vigilantes like are stupid and evil and I gotta put them away. I gotta put them as many as I can away in jail, right? So let's see. Chris said
Yeah.
commissioner of mental health but mentally unhealthy. Yes.
Yeah,
And
very much so.
the direction DD is going is fantabulous. It's cooking, dude.
It's
I mean
cooking.
I
We're
mean
cooking in Hell's Kitchen.
I mistook for today for being Tuesday, so I was like, "Ah, nuts! There's no new episode today." I was like,
Not today.
"Nuts!
That'll be
Not
tomorrow.
today.
That'll be
Tomorrow."
tomorrow.
Um,
Um, yeah. Yeah.
I like it. I love it. I mean, I love it that Heather didn't just get cast aside because, like, okay,
Mhm.
Karen's like the new girlfriend, and then like the fact
Yeah.
that Heather and is it Kirsten? It's
Yes.
Kirsten, right? That
Yeah.
like they start talking, and I go, "Oh, that's right, they're friends." And I said, "That's freaking right." Like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Like, we're actually going to talk about this stuff, and it is messed up. Kirsten's like, "Bro, like, what are you doing?" And then,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
just like to kind of skip ahead a little bit to
mm-hmm,
like episode 3 when he goes to her office and he's trying to ask her for help and he just was like she can't get near me because she's gonna know like who I
yeah.
am. So
Oh
like she
yeah,
needs to
yeah,
stay
yeah.
over
No,
there.
it's smart. Because
Yeah,
he's
and
smart,
I'm gonna
right?
like change
Like,
my voice a little bit. And
right.
also she's drunk, thank God. So like she's gonna stay over
Yeah, so,
there.
so she's a little foggy with her head. Yeah, right. So it's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, no, with her brain. So yeah, no, it's smart, dude. Like it's very Batman. He's like, I need you to help me. It's like he's like Batman. But no, it's great. I mean, I I really loved. Is that why he did the Christian Bale voice? Yeah,
Yes.
that's why he did the Christian Bale voice. Yeah, it's so funny. So um, yeah, so I love it with like Kirsten, right? Because you get to see Kirsten in the context, not with Matt, right? And that she's like worried about her friend, and like she's like, "This is dumb. Like I got to do this all by myself, and where's my friend?" Dude was
Yeah.
Batman for a second. Yeah,
He
he
really
was.
was. He
Yeah,
really was.
yeah.
Um
So
yeah, I'm glad that they're like not just casting aside characters that were created from the like original team that was working
Yeah,
on Daredevil
I
Born Again,
agree.
that they're
Yeah.
utilizing them, and I think doing it in a really cool way.
Mhm.
I really like Daniel Blake. He's just like a fun,
Oh, he is such an interesting character.
interesting character.
Right? Like you don't know
Yeah,
what side he's gonna play, right? Because
yeah,
he's definitely out for himself, but like he's very much trying to protect BB, and then like he knows exactly the right things to say to Fisk. Like it was crazy,
yeah,
right? When like
and
when Fisk
yeah,
is like, "Who are you trying to protect here?" And he's like, "Who are you trying to protect like in this building?" And he's
and
like, "Oh, it's you." And I was like,
yeah,
"Yo, like that's how you stay alive in that stuff, man."
yeah,
Like I was
dude.
like, "That's impressive." Like that's
I
very impressive.
remember the first time that we meet him in season one. I forget, he says something about, he's like, "Man, you're dope as hell," or like something like that. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Who is this guy? Like,
Yeah. Right.
who is this?"
And it's
But
very easy.
I
Oh,
really
sorry.
like
Go
him.
ahead.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say I really like him now. I think he's
Yeah,
just a
I do
very
too.
interesting character. The actor for him, Michael Gandolfini. I'm sorry if I
Hmm.
said that wrong,
No,
but
that's correct.
he seems delightful as well, and
Yeah.
has talked about this character and how he thinks that Daniel is usually the most loyal to whoever he's trying to impress most at that moment,
Yeah, that was a really cool
which
take
is
onto that. Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
really liked
Yeah.
also.
I'm it was it would have been very easy to dismiss that character like at the beginning of the first season, and
Yeah,
kind of like, this is the goofball guy or whatever. But like again, once like, these showrunners are like, okay, this is thank God we get to do the whole season. They're able to really take it and just be like, there's so many layers to this guy. I was like,
yeah,
oh wow, he's actually one of the most interesting characters in the show. And it's
yeah,
like, and it's so funny because people are like, Nepo baby. I'm like, well, yeah, he's still a Nepo baby, but he can't act. Like he's like his
yeah,
dad. He can actually act. So I'm like he's
yeah,
a very good actor. So and now it's like instead of being the goofball and you're like, oh god, this guy's annoying, it's like he's actually a likable character. Like you're
yeah.
like, and somebody's like, he's gonna die, and I was like, okay, can we stop?
Can we stop? Can we just
Just-
watch the show?
Can we just not want? That was my beef with Stranger Things fans. They're like, that character should have died. This character should have died. I'm like, what is it with you guys being obsessed with like killing off characters? Like it's like you don't
Yeah,
like these characters, and they're like, no, we love these characters. I'm like, yet you want them to die, like
yeah. Seriously, I've got a crazy, crazy theory. Chris says,
What's
"Do
what's
tell."
the what's the crazy theory,
I
Chris?
feel like I have like a little bit of an inkling of what it might be, but I'm interested. I'm interested to hear what you say.
Crazy theory.
Um, while Chris is typing that, and just speaking of the new characters, I really like Buck. I have decided I really like Buck as a character
Dude,
because his
that
little
actor's
like
so good.
that little like point blank like shooting, because like you knew it was gonna happen. Like he gets behind him and they do that frame where like he's just standing behind him with the gun. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, he's dead. Like he's dead. Like that's like nothing's gonna happen. But just like the amount that they waited, like the beat of it, and then to show that Buck is like, because I feel like he didn't really get his time in season one to
Yeah, I
show
agree.
who he
Yeah.
was and how he earned Fisk's trust and what he is capable of and what he is
Hmm.
willing to do. Because we know like Wesley was very loyal to Fisk, was very capable, was very cutthroat,
Yeah.
was very like somewhat likable and being kind of charming.
Hmm.
I think Buck has the same stuff going on. I think that point in the episode was just a really like poignant way to just be like, hey, like this guy's got some stuff going on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And then how him and Heather are able to relate with one another, like they
yeah.
connected during that dinner party. So I thought I was like, you're gonna get a little crazy. Okay.
And Buck knows that Matt Murdock is Daredevil, and so I feel like Heather's gonna learn that, like, as they get
Oh yeah,
closer. And
100%. She's gonna
so
lose her
she's
crap,
gonna
dude.
lose her mind.
Yeah, yeah. So
So now
now,
that
oh, go ahead. Go ahead and read
oh,
that.
uh, so now that Disney parted ways with Hawkeye, that Hawkeye mantle is open with DeFontaine being names dropped and Bullseye wanting to make things right. What if Marvel adapts that part of the comics where Bullseye takes the mantle of Hawkeye in the new Avengers? That is something that happens in the comics. That's insane.
I'd be okay with that. I have such a crush on Jeremy Renner, and like even though I mean, Grant, I met Wilson Bethel. Like, there's a picture of me and Nat up there on the Lone Chipmunks, and he is a very nice man. He is a very handsome man. I mean, it makes sense because he's an actor. But, like,
Yeah.
I told him, I said, you you play like the craziest character on the show, but you're like the nicest person. And he says, "Oh yeah, I get to have a lot of fun with that." I'm like, "Yeah, but that goes to show you like what a good actor you are." And he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's so nice of you to say it." I'm like, "It's true, cause like you're really nice, but like when I watched the show, I was like, who's this crazy mother effer? You can't kill this man, you know."
Yeah.
But I love that. I love that. I love that, Chris. I do.
That's a
That
good
would
one.
be freaking wild. That would be freaking wild, man.
That would be wild. I love it. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. So, and I guess kind of like segueing with Bullseye, just that whole part at the end was crazy. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was crazy because like his mask is coming off. Matt is having some like
Yeah.
trauma or maybe a PTSD thing of just hearing Foggy's
Hmm.
heartbeat when Cherry's
Totally.
heart is going out.
Totally. Totally.
Um, and the mask is coming off, like people know like that Matt is Daredevil, and all of a sudden Bullseye question mark is the one who's coming in
Bam, bam, bam,
to
and they're
save
all
the
down.
day.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was wild. And I was like, and then it's
Yeah.
so funny. Somebody was just like, well, like Daredevil can't see, so he doesn't see the knife. And I'm like, no, you fools, he's gonna feel the knife and then
Yeah.
feel it say, "You're welcome." It's carved into the knife. I'm like, oh Christ.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
people were like, "Doesn't he know that he's blind?" And I'm like, "No, Bullseye
Yeah.
doesn't know that Matt Murdock is Daredevil." I kept seeing that repeatedly, and I was like, "He doesn't know that Matt
Yeah,
Murdock is
right. He
Daredevil."
doesn't know that. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that Daredevil's blind, man. Like,
Yeah.
they
I
know Matt Murdock's blind, but they don't
like
know that Daredevil's blind.
yeah, like Fisk knows, and what's his and Buck knows
Hmm.
because of their capacity at work or whatever. But that's it. Bullseye doesn't know that.
Yeah, he doesn't know that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was a wild ending to that episode, and I'm so glad that Cherry lived because I was really worried about that one. I was like, oh man, like don't
Yeah,
kill him. And then I loved it. I loved it when he's like chilling in the hospital, and then they send basically the ICE agents to like off him,
yeah,
and then it's so funny. All the cops are sitting in there, and then they're like, oh, we didn't know this was like a nursing home or a senior home, whatever they said. And I was like, oh, f off, dude. And they're just like, oh, yeah, you can't pull that crap in front of all of us sitting here in the room, right? And then when they come back later,
yeah,
he's gone. He's gone because the cops are smart. They're just like, we're gonna leave him here so you guys can freaking kill him.
yeah.
So I really like
Crazy.
that they brought in also the again more characters from the first season, and then the
Yeah,
one Asian detective, she's the one that was just like went to go talk to, is it Josie? She went
yeah,
to go talk to Josie and be
yeah,
like, and she knows that, she's hiding like, Matt and Karen, so she can be like, hey, like, Cherry's okay. So I thought that was very well done
yeah.
too.
That was
Um
very cool.
I yeah, I think they're just it's just kind of insane like how it's like right off the bat, like episode 1, you're like, all right, like what's going on? This is really cool. And then Matthew Lillard shows up, and then like, when there's that reveal and they're like, oh crap, it's Matt Murdock. And I was like, how can they do that right now? And then Bullseye's like, bam, bam,
Yeah,
bam, and then they're like all dead. And I was like, oh, that's how
and
that happens.
yeah, and it
Eh,
completely goes against like Matt Daredevil's code of stuff. Like that is not the way he would have wanted that to go down,
mm,
and it solved all of his problems.
yeah,
So
for
it's
real,
like
for
I was
real.
like, yeah, we don't have to be worried about that anymore.
Let's see. Even if he is blind, he could just already sense the knife has carvings in it. Oh,
Yeah,
it's such a cool blind guy. Yeah, no,
yeah,
it's freaking dope. And it's like, what I mean, like when Charlie Cox is like, Matt Murdock, like he does a very good job of playing a blind person. Like
yeah,
he does an excellent job. Cause like when I found out he wasn't blind, I go, oh wow, that's actually like really impressive.
yeah,
I was like, and I remember my dad years ago told me, he says, yeah, that's really hard to play that kind of part, right?
yeah,
Um, but yeah, like going into the second episode, because the second episode is when Kirsten goes to talk to the swordsman, right? Does she go talk to the swordsman in the second episode, or is it the third episode? Might be the third episode, huh?
It might be. We can just talk about it as one big episode if you'd like,
Okay, that
because they
sounds
came out
good
on
to
the
me.
same day. So I think that's fine.
I love the swordsman. I have loved that
I
character
love the
since Hawkeye.
swordsman so much.
Right? Like I love that dude since Hawkeye. Like, and all these
Yeah.
people are like me, like Hawkeye sucks, and I was just like, I love that show, and I really loved like how like at the end of Hawkeye, because people thought it was just too goofy, and like I agree with the thing that like with Kingpin the characterization was like off a bit for me, but at the same time I did I think because of the way the acting was, it's like when like Kate Bishop's like, hey, like who's this person my mom is with? And then like
Yeah.
Hawkeye's like, ooh, like that's someone you don't want to get mixed up with. So then I was like, okay, we're establishing that this guy is really bad, right? So
Yeah.
but like I loved it with like the swordsman at the end of Hawkeye when he's talking to the LARPer, and then she's like,
Uh-huh.
you ever done that before? And he's like, what?
Huh?
So you're like, oh, cool. And so, when you see him pop up in the series, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like they're
Yeah.
still utilizing that character. And they, he kind of brings a little bit of lightheartedness to the show, which I like. And then,
Yeah.
oh, dude, like I know we're skipping ahead, but man, that like scene when Daredevil
Yeah.
breaks out the people from the prison,
Yeah.
and then like freaking the swordsman, he does that little flourish with like the freaking like pipe or whatever he had. I was like, that's so
So
sick.
freaking cool.
That's so
He's so
sick.
cool.
And
And
just a little flip. I was like, oh.
I remember like when they were gonna bring back the swordsman for Daredevil, I was like, oh, okay, weird, but okay. But I think that I think they've just done such a great job with it because they made the swordsman, especially in episode 3 of this season, they made him so likable. And even like as he's like getting sentenced to jail, he's like, yeah, okay. Just like
Yeah,
I knew this
right.
is what was gonna happen and I'm gonna do my thing. And it was so he's so cool. He's
Yeah,
so
no, they made
cool.
him a cool character, right? Because it's like he's like it could have easily been that he was like the goofy like ex-boyfriend of like
Yeah.
Kate Bishop's mom, but like they did such a good job of like kind of like developing and fluffing up his character more. Because like
Yeah.
even at the end of season one, right? He goes, oh yeah, like you're threatening me, like you want my money so that you can do all this illegal stuff. And then he
Yeah.
brings it up in court. He's like, yeah, like I'm not an idiot. Like he like threatened me, and then if I didn't do this, like then he was gonna expose me for being the swordsman. So like, yeah, like
Yeah.
it's kind of messed up. So I mean, and it wasn't like he's a smart dude. He's not just a goofball, right? Like I think the way
Yeah.
that Hawkeye might have portrayed him was that he was a bit of a goofball, but he's actually a very smart dude. That's just like, oh yeah, like the system's rigged. It's like the judge. The judge came out
Yeah.
already popping a ton of like
Yeah.
Tylenol or whatever because she's like, oh god, here's another one that I got to do some like corrupt crap, like to
Yeah.
send this guy away, right?
And
So
just like emphasizing the point even more of how much Kingpin owns because I remember in the original Daredevil series just how scary that was of like Kingpin, he owns cops and he owns judges and he
right,
owns people in these higher positions of power. And so it felt like the system that Matt Murdock was really trying to use to bring justice, it was just corrupt in all these little pockets
right,
because of
right.
Kingpin, which is what's so were one of the reasons of why Fisk is so infuriating to Matt.
Yeah,
And
right.
just to be able to kind of remember that, like, so Fisk has even more power now publicly. He's the mayor. So he really has like a reign on all
Hmm.
these different people and making sure things happen. And he has even more people and even more power to carry
Yeah,
that out.
yeah. I mean, it's it's very much like he's got a handle on all the quadrants, right? So it's just like, it's and I think there's a certain amount of relishing he gets out of that because like he knows Matt Murdock is watching everything. So like he's like, yeah, like I can just get away with it all because, you can't use the system to pin me down.
Yeah.
Um and I loved it. That was funny with the whole thing with Kirsten, when she's just like, yeah, I finally got to talk to him, but they blindfolded me when I went through that prison. And then Daredevil was like, oh, I can work with
I can
that.
work with that.
And I was like,
Oh
just sitting
no.
there laughing. You're sitting there laughing as a fan. You're like, that's pretty funny, actually. Um, and
Chris also said about Charlie Cox playing a blind man. He's so good that he won an award for pretending to be blind, which is true. He did win an award from that from the. It's like a. Oh, I don't want to say the wrong name, but it is like a foundation for the blind
oh,
that
that's
gave him an
cool.
award for it. Yeah, several
Oh
years ago.
wow. Oh wow. Wow. That's baller. That's super
Yeah.
baller. Yeah, and Charlie Cox, for the record, is a very nice guy. I mean, Nat's besties with him, but I
Stop.
finally met him. I finally met him. He's a very nice man. He's a very nice gentleman.
Yeah, we
Um,
love Charlie.
we do. So this whole thing with Heather, like like since we're just kind of jumping around, that whole thing with Heather, that she's, I don't know if she imagined that or if that's for real, that she has Muse's mask, that she like.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the? And she's putting the nail in the wall. So I'm sitting there being like, are you hanging that thing up in your apartment? Like it's just, oh, it's
Yeah.
creepy, dude. It's
It's really
creepy.
creepy. And I get that she's kind of trying to do like exposure therapy or whatever with it, but go see a therapist. Don't
I
do
know,
that to
for
yourself.
real. Like
Like,
for real. Like it's like, bro, just go see a therapist. Like what? Like no. Like oh my
yeah.
god. Yeah, that I'm very interested to see where that goes. And I think they've done a very good job of
Yeah.
positioning Heather into a very interesting character. And then the whole thing that like she's like kind of like cozying up with Buck, and I was like, oh my god, these
Oh
things
my
change.
god.
Are
Everything's
going to get
happening.
together. They're going to
Yeah.
be more insane together. Like what is
Definitely
going
more
to
insane
happen?
together.
Right? Like I'm just like, oh, that's going to increase exponentially. So that'll be very interesting
Yeah.
to see. And again, I love it that like Kirsten's getting some of the spotlight. I mean, she's a great character and she's a very smart woman. Like,
Yeah.
um, and you just feel bad for her because she's like, well, like I want to fight it, and I'm trying to, and I know I can't because everything's corrupt. And then if I say something, they're gonna throw the book at me or something, or something
Yeah.
worse is gonna happen. So, um, other characters, I mean, it's like, it's so funny because everybody forgets, like with like I forget what the girl's name is, but it's the niece of.
Phoebe.
It's like, oh yeah, BB. I feel like BB is getting more attention this season as well. Like I think they've been
Yeah.
doing a really good job of that. And then it's very funny. It's very V for Vendetta kind of thing when she was like wearing the mask and putting out this like kind of guerrilla
Yeah.
broadcast. And
Yeah.
and then I think like it's Daniel, right? That's Michael
Hmm.
Gandolfini's character. Like again, it's good that they're getting away from the goofball characterization of him because he's just like telling like BB like, hey, like if it's you, cut it out. Like, and he doesn't
Yeah.
even say like if it's you. He's just like, just be careful. And I'm like
Yeah.
going, oh, somebody likes somebody, like,
Yeah.
and but to me, it's like, yeah, she's a very attractive girl, but I feel like there is actually kind of a genuine affection and like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
worry, like I feel like that it's based on that they're like they built this friendship and then Daniel's kind of feeling a little bit more but he's not necessarily expecting her to reciprocate. That's why kind of like
Yeah.
he cooks the dinner and he's just like hey, and then he's just like hey, just giving you a heads up because like
Yeah.
I'll go down, like like you can't be
Yeah.
doing that to my boss because my boss is pretty freaking scary.
Yeah.
um
I think he knows, but like doesn't want to fully believe it. So he's just like, hey, if it's you, like stop. And
yeah,
just leaving it at
yeah,
that. And
yeah. Okay, Chris,
yeah.
have good time at the gym, be careful.
Have a good time at the gym doing
Yeah.
big muscles and stuff. I don't know.
He- he's he's got to fill the Daredevil suit more.
Yeah. Yeah,
Don't,
he's already doing a great job at that though.
yeah,
So
don't develop too many muscles, Chris, because then you won't fit in your suit. Then you gotta let out the suit. So I mean, I guess that's not a bad problem to have, but still, that costs
no.
money. um. Uh. So I've been, I'm very curious to see where it's all going. Like, oh my god, yeah, like again, that freaking prison escape scene was just so dope, like so dope.
Yeah,
And when like the
that was
swordsman comes in, oh my god, and he does that.
and sorry, go ahead. I
No,
got excited.
and then he's just like I mean, he's like the swordsman, right? So he has like kind of that debonair, like Errol Flynn kind of like air
Yeah.
about him. It's so cool. Like it is just so darn cool. And it's like so cool to see that fighting style
Yeah.
alongside Daredevil's. And I was like, this show's so freaking cool.
It's so cool. Also, Philip Silvera, who is the like stunt director and like casting
Uh-huh.
director of all this stuff, is so cool. Like the way because that scene, Daredevil is known for they call them oneers, which like
Uh-huh.
they talked about in the podcast too,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
basically like a one take fight scene, basically.
Mhm.
And this one they had to stitch together a little bit, but like in the podcast, the Daredevil Born Again podcast, they talk about how they'd have to kind of just keep doing certain parts of it until it was right.
Yeah,
Because you're
yeah.
not gonna get like you can't like fix it in post sort of a deal. Like you
Right,
just
right,
have to get
right.
it on the spot. Um and just I don't know, I just think I'm so intrigued by Wonders and I think that they're so cool. And they just make Daredevil so cool. So like when that whole thing like started, I was like, "Oh my god, here we go." And
Yeah.
I think I watched the whole thing like like this.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's so cool. It's like they were saying that they have to put tape on the ground and stuff like that if
mhm.
they've got to like stop and then redo it. Like it's incredible the process that they do for it.
Yeah.
Um and then oh yeah, and then like is it White Tiger? White Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like I'm trying to make sure I'm like did I get the animal name right? I'm like yeah, White Tiger.
Yes.
Um Dude, even that, right? Like, I mean, unfortunately, we lost that actor. He was such a great actor,
Yeah.
and like, it was just such a shame. Lost him to cancer, I think. It's
Mhm.
great because I feel like his legacy lives on in this season. Like,
Yeah.
the whole thing that his niece is like. I mean, I heard that's what it's in the comics too. That
Yeah.
his niece is the one that takes up the mantle. But like,
Yeah.
dude, that whole thing in like the bodega, like when those kids were stealing
Dude.
alcohol.
And so timely, so
You know,
reminiscent of what's happening, and the
it's
whole thing where she just like kind of like grabs the cop and then she
And
gets
then he's
taken
like, "That's
away.
assault," and I was like, "Oh my."
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's hitting real close right now.
Yeah, yeah, and it's funny because some people are like, I love it when people are like going, "Oh, it's too political," and I'm like, "You do know art is political. Like art at its
Yeah.
core is political," and I mean. Even with like first season, people are like, "Oh, this is like a dig at Trump," and I go, "No, it's just
No one said Trump.
yeah, it's kind of like how the world works, like we go through these cycles. That's why history is history. Like it's
Yeah.
not great, you're supposed to try and break the cycle, but things like this happen. And I mean, that whole thing with, it's funny because I was watching some podcast or whatever. They're like, let's just call them mice. like we're not gonna
Yeah.
call them the anti-vigilante task force. Like they're ice, man. And I was like, oh my god, and
Yeah.
like yeah, when she grabs him and he's like looks down and she realizes like, oh no, and he's just like, that's assault, and I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
oh my god,
Yeah. And these ideas of just like, corrupt systems is it's not something that has come out of this current administration. This has been in the comics. This has been a struggle forever. This was what the Holocaust was about. And
yeah,
like these ideas aren't new. It's not like a dig at Trump per se. It's
mm,
a dig at the nonsense that's going on right
yeah,
now.
that just keeps
And
happening.
if you're seeing the connection, that's telling.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I agree. It's yeah, and it's so sad when the aunt gets taken away, and when the niece, she goes to talk to Kirsten, and that was another like really nice moment, right? That Kirsten like she hugs her and she's just like, like, oh, it's like it's gonna be okay. And the niece is like, no, like they took her, and when they take people, they don't come back. That's it. And I was like, oh god.
yeah.
Like it's just it hits so close to home. And you know what? Honestly, you need art like that to hit you in the gut like that, cuz I mean,
Yeah.
this is literally happening across our country right now. Like it's awful. And like you need, like, even if it's like, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a romanticized view, but it's definitely like it's a little bit glossier than like what is like, happening in reality. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's good to be aware, like I always tell that to people. It's very good to be aware. It's very good to be aware, and you take the actions that you can to help other people. And I think that's like what's kind of beautiful about this show is that, like, you know, Daredevil had the choice right at the end. It's either go expose Kingpin over like the illegal arms that were coming through on the ship, or go save the people in the cages. And he
Yeah.
chose the people.
Every time. Yeah.
He's always going to choose the people of New York. Like, that is
Yeah.
his city, that is his home, and he's going to protect the people. So, even though it is insane what happened at the end when everything got blown up. I mean, oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just so cold blooded that they're like, hey, unload the ship. And the guys are like, okay, cool, I'll unload the ship. And then they're like, yeah, get back on the ship. And then they blow everybody
Yeah.
up on the ship with the ship. And I was just like,
Yeah.
that is so messed up, dude.
I really love what they're doing in Born Again, that they did a little bit in the original Daredevil series, but they kind of give more of you get to hear more of what Matt hears and how his radar sense works and like
Yeah.
his hearing. So when he's sitting in the car and he's kind of fully aware of what has happened a little bit before Karen has figured out what has
Yeah,
happened and
yeah.
everyone else, it
Yeah.
was I thought that was incredible. I thought that was just
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
well
I
done.
agree. I agree.
And
It's so impactful. It
yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
Like there's it's like, and it's like kind of like, it's like, yeah, this is a superhero show and all that, but it's kind of like it's very empowering, right? Like, you're like, it's the freaking blind man that's able to figure it out
Yeah.
before the person that is not blind, like that's
Yeah.
it's just kind of incredible. And it was funny because when that episode ended, I go, oh man, I gotta wait a week. I'm like, I gotta wait a week
Yeah,
for this
dude.
next one. Oh man, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, and I'm only gonna get one episode next week. And I was like, oh man, um, it's so funny because people are like, where's the Punisher? And I was like, he's not coming. It was
Yeah,
coming,
he's
Jessica
he's
Jones.
doing other things. We'll see
He's
him on
doing
May
other
12th.
things right now. Yeah, yeah. Even though I love John Bernthal, and I don't think I will say, I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to keep my cool around him, but like, I don't know. I can't make any promises. I'll probably, like, I don't know, melt into a puddle in front of that man. That man is so attractive. It's like ridiculous. Um
I understand.
I might just be like, I love you. And then he's like, what? And I was like, no,
What?
sorry. little dust in my throat. Little dust in my throat. Sorry.
When I was fortunate enough to meet John Bernthal, he called me sweetheart, and I turned into that Goofy meme where he's like twirling his ear.
Yeah.
I was
Honestly.
like,
Honestly, I wear my heart on my sleeves. I bet you if he says that to me, if I ever meet him, my eyes are gonna go real big, and he might ask me what's the matter, and I'm like,
nothing.
I was like, I'm sorry, like, I'm just sorry,
He knows what he's
like,
doing.
yeah, I'm like, I'm sorry. I've been living with a cat for I don't know how many years now. I don't have any sort of attention from men like that at all. um, but yeah, I'm trying to think. I think we pretty much did a pretty good overview of that within the
Yeah.
hour. I can't think of really anything else to talk about. I mean, like I said, freaking the swordsman
Yeah.
did, like,
I
oh
love the
my god,
swordsman. I
oh
want
my
more of
god,
him. I
dude, that was
I
so
need
cool.
more of an outfit for him so I can cosplay him. I want to give
Oh,
Tony Dalton a great big hug.
I
I
love
love
that.
him. I think
Yeah.
he's so cool.
He is very cool. Like, I mean, as soon as he did that little flourish and then he had that smile, I'm like, he's the swordsman. He's a swordsman.
You know
Like,
what's crazy? I bought a comic a long time ago that's like about the swordsman. I don't have it anymore, unfortunately, but it was like about the swordsman. It was like a reprint of like one of his original comics. And I remember buying it because I was like, that is so dumb. I was like, what is this about? But now so it's so funny now, like sitting here being like, I like the swordsman.
yeah, yeah. No, it's. I can't wait to
Power
see.
of good acting. The
Yeah,
power of what
totally.
people can do with a character.
Power of good acting and good writing.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it comes down to, right? Like, I'm all like, you write a good story, I'm on board for it. It's just, like you actually have to write a good story. And I think I'm very interested to see where this goes. It's just really funny because, like I said, this one channel I watch, they're just like, there's a lot going on and it's
Yeah.
confusing. I'm just like, well, it's like what you were saying. It's like I think they're setting up a lot of like they're setting up all the bowling pins to knock down, right? And then I
Yeah.
feel like once we get closer to the end of the series, you're gonna start seeing stuff pay off, right?
Yeah.
And we don't even have Jessica Jones yet, and this show is
No, I
awesome.
know.
Isn't
We
that
don't even have
insane?
our girl Jessica Jones
Yeah, we
yet.
don't even have her yet, and we're like, dude, this show is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
we're like, oh, the Swordsman's cool. Oh, Matthew Lillard's cool. But like, we don't have Jessica Jones yet. Like, I was thinking that she was gonna show up like in episode 3, but I'm glad she has it. Like, and
Yeah.
and that's like a sign of good writing because if you're
My
gonna throw
drunk
in a
queen
cameo,
is back.
yeah, totally, right? Totally. It's insane. And it's so funny because I remember like is it Kristen Ritter or
Mhm.
Kristen Ritter? Yeah, so it's so funny. I was looking at her, I'm like, where have I seen you before? And I was like, dude, she's like in everything. Like
Yeah.
and then it's like and the thing with like that, I only saw the first season of Jessica Jones, but like at
Mhm.
the end, when she smiles, it like freaked me out, dude. Like I'm just like going, this is like kind of freaking me out a little bit.
She's phenomenal.
And then like David Tennant, like it's so funny
Oh
because
my god. Don't get
I
me started.
I haven't watched any Doctor Who, but it's so funny because he actually voiced Scrooge McDuck in the
Mhm.
latest DuckTales. So it's
Yeah.
so funny. And his comedic time is very good. And I was just like, hey, it's the purple man from Jessica Jones. He's Scrooge McDuck. I love that DuckTales show, man. It was so unhinged. My favorite character in that was Glomgold. He was so unhinged. He's like,
Oh
it's
my god.
Glomgold. And I was like, oh my God. These freaking Scots, man. These ducks, these Scottish ducks are insane. Um,
I I was watching when I watched Jessica Jones season 1, I was also watching just like happened to be watching his some episodes from his seasons of Doctor Who.
oh,
And it the absolute David Tennant is I have not met him, but I have just heard nothing but phenomenal things about that man. Just like
mm,
him as a person and the communities he stands up for, but he's also just a fantastic freaking actor because the way that I felt so comforted and loved by the 10th Doctor and
yeah,
so vilely, vomitingly disgusted by him in Jessica Jones, where I was
yeah,
like, I want you to stay far away from me, like back up. And then I'd see him in Doctor Who and be like, I love you. Like it
yeah.
was oh the craziest whiplash.
Yeah, no, he's phenomenal. I mean, I mean, as much as sometimes I complain about times with, some of this Marvel stuff, they do great casting. Like, they
Yeah.
do great casting. Now, whether or not they utilize it to the fullest, that's another thing. But they've done phenomenal casting. I mean, like I will do another plug for Wonder Man. Yahya Abdul Mateen II and Ben Kingsley. I mean, is a home run.
Yeah.
Like that show is so good, and we're like, and it's so funny because that show came out, and then I can't stop like talking about it. I was like, yeah, I know I can't shut up about it. My friend Tiff's like, I know that's all you post about, and then I sat there and I'm like, this year is gonna slap for Marvel. Like we started with Wonder Man, we went into Daredevil. And it's so funny because they had no faith in that Wonder Man show, right? So they
Yeah.
kind of like as soon as Wonder Man came out, they're like, okay, we're promoting Daredevil. And I was like, look, I love Daredevil and all, but like, can you give this show room to breathe?
Yeah.
And so
They
I'm really
yeah.
glad people came out to watch it because I mean we're getting a second season, which is
Yeah.
crazy. So
Yeah.
Wonder Man is moved into the pantheon that it's like with Loki and Daredevil as the only other Disney Plus Marvel series to get a second
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, I'm sitting there being like, yo, we started out with Wonder Man, and then we got into like Daredevil. We're gonna get Spider Man, directed by Daniel Destin Cretton.
Yeah. I'm so excited for the not to divulge into this too much, but I'm so excited for the new Spider-Man movie. I think it's gonna be so good. I am
It
very
looks
excited.
phenomenal, and I am not the biggest Spider Man fan, but like I am so incredibly hyped for this film. And like I thought that
Mhm.
after No Way Home, I'd be like, okay, Spider-Man. But like I think it's that
I think
trailer just blew me away, and the fact that it's Daniel Destin Cretton
yeah.
is making me lose my mind because I love him.
Yeah,
Like I
he's
love him.
fantastic. He's fantastic. And yeah, I think we're just really getting into like sad Peter Parker, like
Yeah,
building
that's what
himself from the
everybody
ground up,
says.
like which is what
Yeah,
everyone loves, and I'm very excited about
yeah,
it.
yeah, and it's
And we
so
also have the
funny.
Punisher special, which is gonna be it's
Oh
only
my
like a one
god, that's
episode thing.
right.
But that's so Daredevil ends and then the very next week it's the Punisher special. So it's
Oh my
almost like a little
god.
bonus episode.
So I get my John Bernthal. Oh, he's so cute. That man is
Get your
so
John
cute.
Bernthal dose.
I know it's funny because everybody's like, "When's he gonna show up?" I'm like, "No, he's not gonna show up. His woman
Yeah.
is his woman is with Daredevil." Like
Yeah.
that's and then it's funny when Karen's like, "You think he got away?" Matt's like, "Oh, he totally got away.
Yeah.
He totally
Matt's like,
went
he's
away."
fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about Frank. Frank's
Right.
fine.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, he totally got away, and he's gonna have his own Disney Plus special."
Yeah, he's
So-
fine.
but yeah, like
He's gonna run Spider-Man over with a van. He's fine.
yeah, it's just yeah, that just whole thing, like, I mean, we're just having a really good through line of like all these different Marvel things that are kind of like loosely connected with each other, right?
Yeah.
Um and it's like, going on Spider-Man a little bit. It's funny because like with No Way Home, I love the whole thing with No Way Home. One of my favorite parts about that was the multiverse facet because I always thought Jamie Foxx was done wrong for that second Spider-Man
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
And so I loved it when he comes back and he's like, I feel different. I feel like good. And I mean, this is hot, man. Right? That's like
Yeah.
muscles bulging. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, he got older and hotter. Like, how is that possible? You got hotter as you got older. I was like, wow. And I just,
The
I just
men are
loved
good at
it.
that. I don't know. Like
I just loved it because like they
yeah.
really like gave each of those actors a chance to shine. And then, like Alfred Molina is like, I mean, as Doc Ock, he's great, but I really love the fact that like they brought all of these actors back and most of them got a chance to like kind of shine and redeem themselves from like the previous movies. Like that
Yeah.
was one of the things that it was so funny. One of my friends didn't quite understand it, like when I talked about Evan Peters showing up in Agatha all along, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, great, he gets to redeem himself." And she's like, "No, he's still the same smarmy character." I'm like, "No, that's like he gets to redeem himself in the sense that like the character gets fleshed out more, and you can see like
Yeah.
the PTSD that character went through, and it wasn't just a throwaway joke because that was one of the most disappointing things with like WandaVision, right? Because it's like it's
Yeah.
Evan Peters, and like even it was funny because I hadn't watched those X-Men movies, but when he showed up at the doorstep, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the dude from the Fox X-Men movies. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's Quicksilver. And this is like middle of pandemic. So I'm like, we're all just sitting there, conspiracy theories. And I like go to check Wikipedia. I was like, oh my God, that is the coolest crossover. Even though I had never ever seen those X-Men movies, I was so excited. And they're like, no, he's just a
Yeah.
throwaway character. And I was like, really? Like, you're going to lean multiverse and not do that? So it was,
Yeah.
you
That
know,
was disappointing, especially with his character was so cool in the X-Men movies.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I
he
was
was
watching
so
some
cool.
clips, and he was just like, I was watching some clips online. I was like, I should watch these movies. This looks like a really cool movie. So,
I still
um,
low key kind of want to cosplay his like one of his outfits that he does, but
mm,
we'll see.
yeah, that's all time and effort and work. So I know it's not like you just
Yeah.
you just buy something and you're ready to go. It's like you and your friends make cosplaying look like so much fun, but then I sit there and I think about it, I was like, oh, I have to put work into that. Like
A
I'm
little
like,
bit, yeah. There's
yeah.
there's work and there's passion, but it's really fun. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, I do a fun Agatha costume because I went
Yeah.
as Agatha for Halloween one time, and I went to Oogie Boogie, and I had a great interaction with her because like it was towards the end of the night, and she's like, "Where have you been all night?" And I said, was out collecting candy, and I held out the bag. I'm like, for you. And she's like, oh, that's so sweet. You don't have to regift.
That's
And
funny.
she came down from her perch to talk to me, and it was like the coolest thing. I was a little starstruck, dude. Even though I'm like, yeah, I know it's a character in a costume, but like it was a person in a costume, but it was
Yeah.
really really cool. And I was like,
That's so cool.
maybe I should do the Agatha thing again, and like because like
Yeah.
now it's funny because like I have the longer hair, so I can kind of do it. Um,
Yeah.
so it's I never do cosplay because like normally the during Comic Con, like during San Diego, it's hot. So it's like I'm not putting
San
on
Diego
anything.
is not the con to cosplay at, in my humble
Yeah.
opinion. It's too much.
Oh,
WonderCon is great.
WonderCon should have been, but you guys hit like some record temps during that weekend too. So
Yeah, but we still had fun.
no,
And yeah.
I mean, that's why I was like, oh, I want to cosplay and go have fun.
Yeah.
Like you guys are like the poster children of cosplay for me that weekend. I was like, I want to go have fun. I'm gonna follow all her cosplay friends because they look like fun. So where are we gonna end this with Jen being weird?
No. We will end it with Jen being enthusiastic, Nat being enthusiastic, and being excited about Daredevil and all of the things in between. And very excited for tomorrow's episode. I have no idea what's gonna happen.
I don't know, man. Like I was just like it just feels like it's all coming to like a head already, and we're only like third.
Yeah.
We're only gonna hit the fourth episode. I was like, I don't know Jessica Jones
Yeah.
yet, so it's just like I feel like
I have
is Jessica Jones gonna come in on the fourth episode?
I feel like we're gonna get her tomorrow. I feel like Jessica's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, and she's gonna be like, "What the f is going on? Like this boat exploded. Like what the hell are you guys doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm so excited for that." And I'm really glad that she's the character that they brought in first. Um, I mean, it's inevitable, man. Like there's gonna be defenders. Like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
totally gonna be defenders. Like um, I and like again, I thought the casting was really good. The only one that I wasn't a big fan of that, like just a show in general, was Iron Fist. I just wasn't into
Yeah.
the show. But
Yeah. I think that.
but and I don't know, maybe like Rosario Dawson will have a little bit of time to come in
God,
and
I
kick
hope
in.
so. I
Yeah.
love Claire Temple. If Claire Temple has no fans, I'm dead.
Yeah. um yeah, so we'll have to wait and see. So
Yeah.
I think this is a good place to end it.
Yeah.
Uh Thank you
So
so
fun as
much, Nat.
always.
Oh, dude, I
Yeah.
was so excited when I was like, we can do lives on Instagram again. Then I got denied. So I'm like, okay, well, we're going to come on here. And it worked.
Yeah.
It
There you
worked.
go.
And it's actually kind of better quality here. So
Yeah. You can
I'm like,
post like clips or stuff on Instagram too and
oh,
redirect. You
oh,
know?
okay. All right.
I got a little bit of
Um,
marketing.
Whoa, yes. I'm very into this. So anyway, so for all you guys that joined and listened in on us rambling, I super appreciate it. We super appreciate it. And yeah, we will be back next week.
Yep.
Hopefully uh nothing comes up. Life just happens, but we'll be back next week, Monday, to talk about tomorrow's episode, which I'm very excited about. Though I am going to go to that shrinking thing at the Dolby Theater
Fun.
tomorrow. So I have been in the same room as Harrison Ford one other time at D23. So I'm very excited to be in a room with him again.
I love it. I've also been in a room with Harrison Ford. It was only one time, but I have been in the same room as Harrison Ford.
And one of the most beautiful things, I mean, I know we're talking about Daredevil, but Shrinking is a series. If you guys haven't started watching that show, like I highly
It's
recommend it.
phenomenal.
It's a great
Phenomenal.
show. It is a great show, and it's so funny because granted, Harrison Ford has the whole like grumpy man persona,
Yeah.
but he is so happy to be doing that show. Like,
Yeah.
like
It's
there
awesome.
is there's a certain joy with this old man, and now instead of people going up to him and being like, "You're Han Solo and Indiana Jones," they're like, "Oh, I love you in Shrinking," and
Yeah.
he is so happy, and you can tell in the work that he does on that show that how happy it makes him. So,
Yeah.
um,
So good.
tomorrow, I think no Wednesday is gonna be season finale. They're on season 3.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow, I get to watch season finale a day early.
Nice.
so,
I love that. That's
so,
awesome.
so I'm gonna do that. Drive home, be like, and then watch Daredevil Born Again, and then
Perfect.
and then text Nat at a like unreasonably late hour at night, and it's fine because she'll be already asleep. Be like, oh my god, that episode, and then we'll freak
Yeah.
out about it the next day. All right,
Phenomenal.
all right.
Alrighty. Thanks for
So
having
thanks
me, as
again.
always.
No, of course. I'm really glad that we got to do this, and I will try and figure out how to market this better. But at least people joined. That was nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
fun.
it worked out. Okay, so we'll see you guys next week. Thanks, Nat.
Yep, yep.
See you
Thank
next
you.
week. Bye.
Bye.